like where I see the rubber hitting the road, the practical problem here is I'm thinking in the confessional or people asking questions about sin. On the one hand, you have I have trouble coming up with things to bring to the confessional. It's like, I don't. I'll tell you what. So let's sit down for a second. But like in a serious way, it's like, okay, well then perhaps like growing a bit more sensitive to some of the ways in which we act with other people, or making a better examination of conscience. These sort of things might be helpful if we find ourselves like, perhaps these people aren't sinning, but venially, I'm guessing that, fine. The other side is I'm just so overwhelmed. My list is like 4 notebook pages every time I come to confession every other day. It's like, well, also there, I think there's a bit of ignorance. So it's like familiarize yourself, find a good examination of conscience, especially if you're thinking like, I don't really know, because usually these walk through the 10 commandments and highlight some other points, and it's a comprehensive thing. So find something simple, but that's comprehensive, and rely on that. We don't have to reinvent the wheel to help ourselves, like learn a bit more, to relax a little bit, to trust in God's mercy and the power of the sacrament. So that would be my advice is find something simple, but comprehensive, rely on it.
Yeah. I think that, some kind of concrete things that come to mind. I'm thinking here of Aristotle, who says that the norm or the standard for virtuous agency is the wise man, right? That there's a kind of virtuosity or a kind of dynamism to the wise man, in that he helps us to live our lives well, and that we can model our lives on his and find that we're falling in step with a wise path. And so I think that in the 21st century, there are a lot of seemingly inorganic ways to accumulate information. But the question is like, where do they lodge in my humanity? Where do they lodge in my community? And people can overload themselves in thinking, I'm not going to be able to live a genuine Christian life until I have exhausted every potential line of inquiry as it pertains to. It's just like, stop. What we need are good pastors, good friends, good spiritual masters. So we can find a spiritual master among the saints, and you might really love the works of St. Francis de Sales, for instance, and read Introduction to the Devout Life, or read other works that he's written on pertinent themes, which would be a good guide to life. You want to be plugged into a parish community. And, you might judge your pastor for X, Y, or Z reasons, but he is the one appointed to supply for your sacramental needs. And so to receive the sacrament of confession with some regularity, or practice the sacrament of confession with some regularity, and to do it in a similar setting, so that way there's a kind of accountability there. But also like a parish community, to invest in relationships insofar as those relationships will mediate to you the truth of your own life, the truth of God, but like the truth of your own life, and give you a kind of setting in which for your life to be informed, to be enlightened, to be gradually assimilated to, God's very mind. And so I think that that helps to calm the nerves when we think about all the things that I could know, or all the things that I could explore. Father Jacob Bertrand, would you say that you're optimistic about this subscription appeal?
No.
Would you say that you're optimistic about anything?
No.
Well, I am. Folks, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate it. Cheers.